Hello, YouTube. It is Joker, aka Ender One, bringing you live. We are doing some BR solos. Like going solo today on the stream because been having issues hiring out with people today, and I'm just feeling that need to play by myself, give some decent commentary, hopefully, and see what happens, So I will be editing some of my guns loadouts because being solo, you're not likely to constantly meet multiple targets. So certain things can be adapted. And yes, I use certain things. Most of the things I look at when I check out other people's YouTube channels, I check what gun's a meta, which you get from playing the game enough. If I was able to play the game more, I'd be able to know and try different stuff out. My time tends to be pretty limited with raising a family, working, whatnot. I love to do this full time, but unfortunately, I don't have the finances. But it could change. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to do here, trying to see if it picks up and do what I can. But yeah, just certain guns, and I look at what they have for the thing, and I try to give them credit when I do. J God is my biggest go-to, Benny Central. And I'm not just plugging them just to get support or anything. I do like giving credit to people. People I play with, I get suggestions from them. I try out what they suggest, and then I tweak it if need be. And normally there's one or two things. Like, for example, most SMGs, people like Benny and J God recommend the Gru suppressor for these. I go with the sound suppression because fast range down sight. Yeah, I don't have that range on it, but when I'm using these guns, I'm not using them to try to hit someone from mid to long. These SMGs, I tend to go with close range. I want that quick up and shoot, sprint to fire, whatever gives me the edge, Because that's when I die the most, is up close. I get killed by snipers, but sniper get good enough to hit you, they're good enough to hit you, You're not going to be able to take off sniper. And yeah, I'm getting beamed with ARs from time to time. But my counter to the ARs and even the snipers is having a fast-moving gun, which a lot of this stuff does. So I build mine for close range and mobility. See, sprint to fire. Aim down sight. If I had a sprint to fire, I'd use it. But I don't want anything that penalizes like that one. That one does. So I think I've heard people recommend using this. And I like it. It doesn't tell you exactly how much in Black Ops. So on this, aim down sight, flint resistance. I know you get more mobility and control with this, but I don't want to penalize my sprint to fire. And yeah, I'd get a little more mobility with this, but I want that flint. Actually, yeah. See, negative. And that's what I also do. I go through, try things out, look at the stats that are listed, the stats that are here that aren't listed down below the pros and cons. So, like I said, I'm just adding ones I'm going to that would be a pretty good sniper loadout. And this, I don't think I know anyone. Yeah, I'm pretty much using more or less the blueprint through sniper grip because I don't care about sprint fire on a sniper. At least not this sniper. I don't need to extend it. None of these really help me with my. I mean, recoil. That's good for follow-up shots, but nothing here does anything. I mean, I could go with this over the wrap. I think I will. No, I took this because of the aim down sight. So I can do the quick scopes. And there's not any aim down sight things here. But I went with this because I'm not worried about hip firing. Yeah, I like the optical that comes on this. Rangefinder tells you how far, also as part of the blueprint. It looks clean. Went with this fire rate because I don't care about my strafe speed. Apologize for pronouncing some words. I do have a speech impediment or speech issues. But I do try. Fire rate, effective damage range, bullet velocity. That's all good things to have on a sniper. And the other one I would use would be probably this one with no cons. Wouldn't be a bad one. That one's good for increased fire if you're doing a lot of quick scoping, but mine, I don't always have the quick scopes. I get them off here and there, but this one has everything, and I can deal with the cons on it. And I use the goo, but you could also use sound suppression if you want. But for a sniper, I think it penalizes way too much for actually damaging range. That's what I want from a sniper. So, through this together, people are saying the MP7's meta. Same thing with like the M4 or something. I haven't really seen it, but I haven't really used them a lot. FFR. This might be one. See, I have so many different categories. Just really depends on what I'm doing at the time. Okay. With this, I don't really hip fire it, but it can be fired, and I want that quick aim down sight speed. What I have it paired with, MP5. Once again, they normally recommend this. I can do no mag if I wanted to. What are you doing, son? What? And then movement speed. This is a mobility build. Straight up mobility. Yep, that's me. That's me, son. Yep. And I've actually, this one I haven't seen, but you see that mobility all the way up. Boom. This gun is pretty dope. I've been torn up by the map variant. And this one, completely Ben Essential. You should check out his YouTube channel. But exactly how this thing's decked out is pretty dope. Now this, I have not seen on any any YouTube channel that I've watched. I'm not saying there's not. I just haven't seen it. But you probably might not even know which one it is because no one uses it. The SKS. Stop. So I was reading the thing and I've been seeing. I did not see this on the rebirth for shotguns and shatter. Shotgun and snipers, scopes and shatter guns, which are snipers and shotguns on rebirth. Did not see this. What I did see was the Dragunov on there. And for a sniper, the fire rate of both these guns is really high. The difference with this one than this is this one has to have a scope. This one doesn't, though. You don't need to have any scope. So, the SKS, the description right here towards the bottom. The classic DMR has seen a lot of battles, and its unique gunsmith configurations reflect a diverse service history. So, it's essentially telling you that this marksman, I mean, I'm sorry that you can't see it with my camera, my picture or whatever. I mean, I can turn it off, but I'm sure everyone knows the weapon selection screen pretty well. SKS. It's not a tactical rifle. Tactical rifle's right here. You compare it. Well, yeah, you compare it. So compare it with the DMR. Same damage, mobility. It's almost essentially the same. Yeah, this is telling you that the accuracy, the range, the fire rate, mobility, control, pretty much everything's better with the DMR. But the way this has attachments that can increase that. So I increased the mobility a little bit with only taking a little bit of accuracy and range on it. And I essentially made this gun quicker. The aim down sight. See? Movement. I could change this, but I wanted to keep the damage in the thing. And yeah, it takes away, but not enough from the aim down sight speed. Tac laser and sawed off. Yeah, you can go with like an air one, but there's nothing here. Nothing else I can choose that will help aim down sight speed. And I didn't want to have a scope because it all hurts. I mean, you could go with the Commando foregrip, but that sacrifices movement. I built this thing to be close range. Close range. This is my close range variant. Did not design this to snipe people. Didn't design it for any other purpose than quick shot. Ba 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 ba. So, all these things, none of it helps. I mean, you can get recoil, but the recoil is not that bad. And yeah, you can probably do sleight of hand if you wanted to. But I don't know how many bullets are in this naturally, but it is something else. It's because I have a 10 here. So my guess is it probably has 15, maybe 20. I'll actually do sleight of hand, just for the reload quickness. So, there's that. Son, what are you doing? Now, here's something else I have tested, and I haven't seen any other channel cover it. I'm not saying there's not. Once again, this device on Modern Warfare. Melee damage does more. That means when you're swinging at them with your gun, Does more damage when you hit them. There is a fast melee here where you can do it quick. So you can just go out to someone and just beat them with your gun. Essentially, quicker than they can beat you in the close range. And I have won some fights. It's like, you want to say hi to him? Look. Yeah. This is my son. But there's also heavy hitter, melee. I just saw this. I didn't even know that. Hi, son. Hi. I'm right behind you, son. Hey, look, I'm right here. Hey, right here. He's waving at my thing on the screen because he sees Dad on the TV. Hi. Can I get a hug? My hug. Gross. Gross. Show him. Go gross. Gross. Son, stop. Can I get a hug? Get a hug instead? Huggy. Thank you. Well, we teach him to be very affectionate and sweet. But yeah, the heavy hitter, stun power, probably does more damage. You want to go for that. So I mean, there's perks on these Modern Warfare guns that do make them different. The thing I've seen with Black Ops guns, you tend to move faster with. Modern Warfare, they have a lot more perks and other stuff that doesn't have to do with movement. You're a lot slower with these guns, but you can hip fire them a lot better. You can tend to increase their range, stuff like that. You're okay. Stop. So, but SKS, I'm probably going to be trying to use this, especially since it's really good with this proven SMG that I've been using. I just don't use all the time. And to be honest, on this, I could probably go with the 50 round mag if I really want to, but I mean, 71, it still has that. I think I'll do it to add a little more mobility. Literally keeps it where it's at. Yeah, this actually increases the movement speed. That's what I want. I want more movement. The increased ammo in it isn't going to make a huge difference. So yeah, I'm just going to keep it like this. Son, it's okay. Dad's right here. You know Dad's right behind you. I know it's weird seeing Dad on the TV. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Task Force. Son, stop. Anyways, okay, MAC-10. This is a new blueprint that's actually from the Season Pass, which is pretty dope. See, playing with the Season Pass, I've noticed the guns they tend to have in that tend to be part of the meta, for the most part. Sometimes they really suck, but yeah, this thing actually didn't have a barrel. Didn't have that. How's that? Now I'm gonna have to see which one it has. So this one, I think it's bugged. I've had issues with it being what it is. Because look, I use sweet and sour. See, changes it. Goes it here. So agency suppression, but there's no blueprint thing where you can select it. I mean, granted, it's all black, and I like having my guns black because blending in, camo, that kind of stuff makes it less flashy. I don't do the flashy because I mean I'm not the greatest player. I'm not. Um, I'm pretty decent at the game, but I will never claim to be the best. I'm not even close to the best in my group. But what I do tend to sell with is do my research and just trying out different stuff when I get a chance. But sound suppressor is what I use. Task Force. I don't go with that. Once again, sprint to fire. Here you can use Bruiser or Patrol. Most that people have been running is this, but this gives you more movement, but you don't get as much as a hip fire. So it really depends on what you want. You want a really fast build. This is what most people run. This is a pretty quick one. You could also do this, increases, but I have. Actually, I don't even think they use that. They use this. There we go. This is what they use. Look at that mobility. This is what most people recommend. But, no. They recommend agency suppressor, the Bruiser Grip 43. I've seen this on JGod and Betting Central. And this. Which is good. Mobility is good. There's nothing wrong with this build. But I wanted something where I could go even more fast. So I took away that completely. There are different ones with this. So you can throw the Task Force on there. And you can put a drum. Or whichever one you want. Look at the mobility on that. It's even more. But I decided you could also do this. Boom. That thing's almost maxed with this build. And that's with no magazine right there. So that's another thing you can choose. You can choose, okay, do you want sound suppression with sprint to fire, movement speed, whatever. Don't care about that. You want more ammo because you're playing in a bigger lobby. Yeah, absolutely. Go for the 43, go for the speed. Any of these work. But for solos, this is what I go with. If I choose this gun. Grab, I'm leveling this. I have a certain idea with some of these down here. I haven't got it maxed, but I think there's an SMG type build with that. And once I get it, I will put it on here. I'm going to test that thing out thoroughly because this was a new gun. The map variants are not good. What I've been using here, not good. But I know and have heard on other channels that the magazine can change the type. So, and that's a Black Ops weapon. So I think I can make a mobile, quick, speedy thing. I am really looking forward to getting this max if I can. And excuse my lings, I've been constantly touching them up. Once I get some locked in, I put whatever's there. Once again, this build, I probably won't even go for that one. To be honest, I'm probably going to change that to a Mac 10. It's going to be better for rebirth, for like trios and quads. And my Bruin MP5. So, Bruin, pretty standard, monolithic, nothing special here. I've been using this ever since I used the Bruin last year. Nothing special about that. This, same type of build. So this is hipfire. This gun is the best hip-firing gun there is in the game. Other than probably the Finn. The Finn probably has a pretty good hipfire, but for an SMG, boom. Everything decked out for sprint to fire, hip fire. Or hip fire accuracy. This barrel, 2-for-1, I used to use this because the mobility goes up, but the range, you sacrifice range. And where this, where you go with that instead, you get more of a range, so you can hip fire a little further. And this gun, you don't need to be mobile. If you want mobility, go with the Black Op 1. The Black Op MP5 is the one you want to use for mobility, if you like how this one shoots. This one, you use for hip fire. And you don't have to worry about aim down sight, because you're not aiming down sight. This gun is meant for hip firing. So, boom, monolithic hip fire, sprint to fire. Now, if I'm running like trios or quads, I go with the 45. Otherwise, you can go with this stock. If you really want to, sleight of hand would work well on duos, especially. And then I got this, sprint to fire, aim down sight, and I already showed you that. So, I mean, it's really, this one can be whatever you want. I go with the movement and the aim down sight, just because it's not going to hurt. I don't care about recoil, because this thing is so close, it just, no matter, you're going to be shooting, you're hitting something. So, yeah. We got that. Movement. So, yeah, that's a good gun. I've been using the MP5 for that reason before Black Ops. It was always my secondary with my Bruin. And that's why I keep them together. But, I mean, if you don't care about the movement and aim down sight speed, you don't have to have it. Like I said, you can easily go with this. Sleight of hand. Hell, you want fully loaded, you can go fully loaded on this gun. I actually have that's how I used to run it. Was I had this with the one attachment, and then I had it with a fully loaded class with the Bruin, because there's something you can take off the Bruin. It's still good gun, but not as good as if it had it, but sometimes you just need fully loaded. You could turn it into a burst if you wanted to, but you don't want a burst. Not a 30-round burst. You want sleight of hand or the other. Me personally, sleight of hand, I don't think it's quick enough to make up for what you benefit, but each their own. And the Armor Boys invite me, but I'm doing solo for this one. This will not be a thing. I don't want to mess with it, because I do change this up occasionally. Like, hey, Army Boy.
Yo, what up?
Not much. I'm just streaming right now. What are you doing?
I just got on. I had my groceries delivered, so I packed my lunch for tomorrow, started laundry, getting all this fucking Sunday shit done.
I feel you, man. Yeah, I'm just decided to stream since I'm still not able to go to work because I'm still sick, and so I figured I'd do a quick stream or
What, do you get
something, you know.
COVID?
I think so. It could be. I just haven't been feeling well enough to go get the test. I'm hoping I feel better by Tuesday. Cause
Yeah,
my
I had that shit, dude. It's no joke.
well, I've already had COVID
Sometimes.
once, but there's like 2 or 3 variants. I think we were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
But no, we got blazing in
All day
here.
blazing.
Man, I might
Yeah, but
have
who do you got?
got me,
Alright,
bro.
it's you and Army. Cool.
What up? Hey, Blaze.
Oh, no, and your brother invited me earlier, had Finn with him, and I just was like, nope, I'm good.
That
Backed
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I was trying to get in there, but I want to apologize for yesterday, man.
You're good. Hold on a sec.
what happened yesterday.
Remember, me and him were going at it. I just felt bad about it. Like, we
No,
were on
I don't
Rebirth.
remember.
Well, you were in it,
yeah, I don't. I
and
was fucking hammered.
I just got
Oh,
heated.
they still got Army muted from yesterday.
It's a video game, dude. He's
Yeah,
over it.
Hold up.
I know he's over it, but just for my own conscience, I just want to let him know that
Gotcha.
I felt bad.
Alright, there we go.
That something like
No,
that.
I just had a lot going on yesterday, and just everything just, I was just like not in a good mood.
You're good, man.
Alright,
I
don't start
understand
it.
life,
Don't start it.
but he said don't start it.
Alright, cool.
Let me end the stream because I was gonna do solos, but it looks like it's gonna turn into quads now. So.